Detective is very kind, but losing patience with me and reluctant to believe me. So all the crime scene people have left. Like, they've all just left. They're just like, fuck this. This is some fucked up dysfunctional shit, but we don't belong here, so we're leaving. So they all left. And it was just me and detective guy on the couch, and then homicide detective guy. And then I assume his partner, who stayed over there, and I never talked to him at all, but he stayed there the whole time. And I'm assuming that he's his partner, but I could be wrong about that. So detective guy says, okay, so I get what you're saying about the room. I get what you're saying about the bed. That makes sense. And I get what you're saying about the house, and that makes sense. But, like, where are they? Where are your mom and your dad and your mom and your brother and your sister? And I was like, I don't know, homie. Have you talked to our social worker? This man looks at me and says, you have a social worker? I say, how the fuck do you not know we have a social worker? We're in and out of custody every weekend. So he's like, oh, I did not know you had a social worker. I will need to call them. Detective, after much searching, because you would think that I would know the number to my social worker, but bitch, why the fuck am I gonna... This is before cell phones. I would have no reason to have his number. If I needed him, I knew how to get in touch with him. My ass got on the fucking city bus and paid the 32 cents to drive downtown and went to his motherfucking office. I never needed to call that man. So I did not have his number. So after a while of calling to get the number, they finally got on the phone with my social worker. They finally get in touch with him, and they're finally talking to him, and he's like, no, we have not talked to Miss Bartholomew in over a week or two, but we were planning to do an emergency surprise visit tomorrow morning where we were more than likely going to take custody of her youngest daughter, Serenity, because we know that Alana's been drinking again. But this was a complete surprise visit, and only 3 or 4 people in our office knew about it. So there's no way that she... Bless his little heart, y'all. He's so sweet. He got off the phone with my social worker and was like, well, they have not talked to your mom in a couple weeks, but ironically, they were going to come out today and they were going to do a surprise inspection, and more than likely they were going to take custody of your little sister. To which I go, oh, well, that makes sense. She probably got a tip off from DSS and she's on a Greyhound bus. He says, DSS has assured me that it was a top secret operation and no one else could have found out. There's no way she could have known about that. To which I go, you a detective, right? Because this is pretty fucking obvious what happened here. He still didn't believe me when he left. He still didn't believe me. Guess who got a call from her mama 2 weeks later, who'd been in Florida the whole motherfucking time because she paid a bitch who was a janitor to call her if she ever saw her name or her address on the cars, because they always have to send cards for the kids. I was right. Now here's what's fucking crazy about that. So the day that shit happened, I never went back to school. Like, after everything was said and done, detective left, totally like, I don't know what the fuck is going on in this family, but I really don't think that there's any way that woman could have found out. Like, DSS assured me. And what happened was my mom had paid a janitor, because anytime that you go to a house where there's kids, you have to send like not a social worker, they're a transportation worker, and all they do is drive the kid from one place to the other. So what you do is you have to sign up for the transportation ahead of time, and my mama fucking knew that. So she paid a bitch in like the janitor to like at night check that list for the next day, and if you ever see my name or my address on that transportation list, you call me and let me know. So bitch had called her and let her know. Now when my mom called me, she acted like everything was chill, like nothing had happened and everything. So after detective leaves, after crime scene people have left, they've called social services. So now my social worker shows up. Now I'm just chilling at my mama's house because like, I ain't going back to school because I ain't got a ride to go back to school, first of all. And second of all, I'm legit worried about my mom and my brother and my sister because I still, at this point, don't know where they are. And I did not know for 2 weeks. And it was very fucking scary. So my social worker shows up and he's like, what the fuck is going on? And I was like, bitch, I don't know. Police fucking came and got me out of school. Why they didn't fucking talk to you first, I don't fucking know. I don't know what's going on. And he was like, well, we need to get you back to your group home. So they take me back to my group home and they explain to the group home what's going on. And for 2 weeks, we all were like, where the fuck is Alon and George and Serenity? I hope that they're okay, but like, what if they're not? What if they're not? What if they're 2 weeks later, just chilling at my house. I think I was watching Ally McBeal. I'm not 100% on that. It might have been X-Files. And my mom calls our group home, and the staff answers, and it was a lady named Shebra. Shebra was amazing. God, she had the prettiest fucking nails, y'all. I mean, this woman's nails were like to die for. And I remember she spent a lot of time on her nails. And I would always be like, Shebra, how do you get your nails to look so pretty? And she's like, I eat a lot of eggs. I eat 8 eggs a day. And I often wonder if Shebra has had a heart attack, because that is a lot of motherfucking eggs. But anyway, so Shebra answers the phone. Sorry, got a little tangential there. Tired. So Shebra answers the phone, and it's my mom. And my mom was like, hey, Shebra, can I talk to Shauna? And Shebra's like, oh my God, Alon, are you okay? Everyone thought you were dead. And I heard her on the phone say my mom's name, and I didn't even want to, I was like, this bitch right here. Are you fucking kidding me? Where the fuck have you been for 2 weeks? Are my brother and my sister still fucking alive? Oh my God. Like, it was so fucked up. Shebra's like, oh my God, Alon, everyone thought you were dead. Oh my God, let me get you Shauna. So I come in there, I'm like, Mom, are you okay? Yeah, honey, I'm fine. Everything's fine. Me and your brother and your sister, we're down here with your daddy, and everybody's fine. And I was like, Mom, detectives came and got me from school. They thought you had died. Oh my God, why? Because of your mattress that was covered in blood in the house that had been ransacked. Well, I'm sorry, sweetie. I had to pack in a real big hurry. Our Greyhound was leaving in an hour, and we had to get a taxi, and we didn't have time. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to leave you like, Mom, why the fuck have you not called me in 2 weeks? Well, baby, I had to get a job, and I had to get enough money to buy a phone card.